Hi, guys, and welcome back to the Red Mist podcast with me, Seshadri. And welcome back. It's been such a long time. The international break, it is what it is. I mean, I love the international break to be honest, but I know a lot of you don't. Okay, people are looking back and just thinking, what the hell went on in the last 2 weeks? Because I mean, people don't know. I mean, it's just without club football, that's become such an ingrained part of daily life. It's people just don't know how time goes, or people rather, I think they know how slow time goes when you have the international break. At least that's what most people tell me. I personally love the international break. I mean, I'm one of the outliers, I guess. But we're not here to talk about that. This is not a podcast episode, so I want to get that right out of the bat. Right out of the bat. I think that's the wrong expression. I wanted to say right off the bat. Right. So this is not a full-fledged podcast episode. What I do want to do, however, is make a short announcement. So this next part of the season is very, very crucial, obviously, for Liverpool. We're in the Champions League quarterfinals playing Real Madrid. We're in, we're in the Premier League as well. We've got top four ambitions. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. We're not pretty much out of every other competition. So anyway, the Champions League, the Premier League, we've got all of that. It's a crucial part of the season, the final part of the season before we head off to the Euros and the Copa Americas and the Gold Cups and whatnot. What I do want to say is that I have an announcement to make. I think that's the whole point of this, and the announcement is that the format of the show will be changing over the next few weeks since few weeks till the end of the season. Because I am planning to expand this podcast. Obviously, it's going to be a Liverpool themed podcast, but also might try and get in a couple of features that are maybe not exclusively Liverpool related. So I'm kind of planning to expand into that this season towards the end. So this is sort of a trial and error period for me. There's going to be some changes, obviously. So the key thing that you guys need to know, as far as going from here to the end of the season is concerned, is that I will not be doing match to match sort of reviews because I'm trying out this new thing where I do a weekly show covering all things Liverpool. Now, obviously, I'll try and make it short. I'll try and make it about 20 to 30 minutes long each week. But it's just that over the course of the season, one of the lessons that I've learned is that you can't be too ambitious when podcasting and videos are not your main job. So one of the things that I've been trying to implement is have a weekly Liverpool show where I talk Liverpool, maybe focus on a couple of things here and there. So some days, if some weeks, if it's a slow news week, it might just be a 10-minute show. Some weeks it might be a 30-minute show. It just depends on the week itself and who we've played in the Champions League, who we've played in the Premier League, the FA Cup, whatever the case may be. But so that's one of the key changes. I'm planning to trial it out over the rest of the season, starting from this week, obviously, when we play Arsenal. So I will do an episode before the Arsenal game. I will do an episode after the Arsenal game. And we'll talk about the Arsenal game and a couple of other stuff, including Ibrahima Konate, the Champions League draw against Real Madrid, and Sergio Ramos' injury, and so on and so forth. I know I'm giving away quite a few topics here, but that's all going to come up in the show. But after that, I'm planning to make it a weekly thing. So I haven't decided the time yet. Most likely it's going to be Monday nights because over the course of the season we don't play a lot of Monday night football because of our involvement in the Champions League. Now that might change next year depending on how this year goes, but as of now I think the idea is basically just focus on Liverpool on Monday nights and get done with it, get done for the rest of the week pretty much, because it is quite a task to actually make a video, make a podcast, whatever the case may be. It is quite a task to do that. And there are quite a few games that I've missed this year because of personal reasons, because for some reason I couldn't do the episode. So there's a fair few reasons why I should be doing this. That's one. The other thing is I am planning to expand into YouTube. So there will be podcast specific content. So that's like your weekly show that I've got planned. But aside from that, I also am planning to expand into YouTube. Maybe put out short videos, 10-minute videos, maybe a couple of clips from my podcast, stuff like that. But generally speaking, the important thing is going to be the fact that the YouTube videos are maybe going to be less Liverpool focused as compared to the podcast itself. Now, obviously, the podcast I'm going to be talking a lot about Liverpool because I am a Liverpool fan, and the videos also I would say most of them I will be talking about Liverpool, but there'll be different content. So you're looking at potentially stuff like tier lists, stuff like I remember doing football GeoGuessr a long time back. So stuff like that. You're looking at a variety of stuff. Football quizzes, because I love doing quizzes. If for those of you who don't know me, So stuff like that, and maybe a couple of clips from the podcast. Maybe some tactical analysis of important games if I can get to that, and maybe even just generally just talking football stuff. So that's kind of my plan for the initial expanding into YouTube. I will have, of course, more details about what the channel is called and all of that over the course of time, but that is the plan. I just wanted to let you guys know about the show because the show will be live the day after the Arsenal game. So we're playing Arsenal tomorrow as I'm recording this. The day after is when the first episode of this weekly show will go out. I don't know what it's going to be called. Probably going to wing it on the day, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But that's been my announcement, my important announcement for some changes to the format of the show over the course of the next few weeks. We'll try and get a theme tune. I'm trying to make this a little more professional, if that makes sense to all of you. So that's kind of my thing. But once again, before I do leave, I do want to thank each and every one of you who's listening for your support. I can't even seem to get the words out right. How am I going to do YouTube videos? Anyway, so I want to thank each and every one of you for your support on the podcast. It's been absolutely insane to see how this podcast has grown. It's kind of become a little bit static, so maybe just pass the word on to your friends. Obviously I haven't put out any episodes in the last couple of weeks, so I don't know how the growth is going to be for the next episode, but for this episode, even for this bonus sort of announcement episode. But the point I'm trying to make is, just spread the word to your fellow football fans, even if they're not Liverpool fans. I'm sure they'll just enjoy disagreeing with me. But that's kind of my thing. That was my announcement. That was my important announcement, and I just felt I should get that out there before the next episode to clarify stuff. But that's going to be it from me. Hopefully you guys are taking care of yourselves. Hopefully you guys are doing very, very well in these difficult times. Stay safe, stay strong, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.